welcome back this week to NWA Mountain State Wrestling. We've got a great match here to open it up. We've got the returning Cuban assassin, Richie Acevedo, taking on another newcomer here to NWA Mountain State Wrestling, the Wildcat, Eli.
And there's one from West Virginia, the Cuban assassin, Mr. Richie Acevedo.
And there's something I never thought I'd hear, folks. Fan support for the Cuban assassin, Richie Acevedo. But well-deserved after last week. And we've got a matchup underway here at the Bell. I do not know anything about Eli Williamson, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing whatsoever, no bio information. Did not want to speak to me prior to this television taping. Collar and elbow locked up. It looks like he's going to be able to push the Cuban in. I don't think he out-muscled him. I think the Cuban probably doesn't have any... Whoa, wait just a minute there. A big slap in the face. And you just don't go around slapping the second-generation wrestler with the skill and the experience that the Cuban assassin, Richie Acevedo, has. Eli Williamson, I think, will pay the price for that somewhere in this match. And they square off and collar and elbow lock up. Acevedo takes the arm, he's going to work the arm with it. And you notice, folks, as he cranked it over, he dropped it across his shoulder, driving it in. The fans with a chant of break it, break it. Big, meaty right hand back to that shoulder and right back on that arm. Cuban assassin Richie Acevedo shoots Williamson off. Back elbow. Takes the man down, drives him to the canvas. Cuban not breaking contact, staying right on his man, and a big chopping overhand right hand across the chest, over the lungs and the heart, and a big right boot to the midsection. Looks like he's going to shoot the man off corner to corner. And Williamson in the corner. He continued to shake 2 minutes after he hit that corner, folks. Acevedo back on that left arm, hallmark of a true professional. He is attempting to wrestle within the rules. And Williamson, Eli Williamson with the thumb to the eye there, trying to work some blood back into that left arm. Boot to the midsection and a right hand, and another right hand in the corner on the Richie Acevedo, the Cuban assassin. Our referee for this match, NWA sanctioned referee Mike Mahan. Williamson shooting Richie Acevedo in the corner, follows it in with a big splash. Hey, this guy's showing me a little something here, folks. Comes off the rope, leg drop across the chest. That move will be a little bit more effective. And Cuban assassin out of the blue count. That leg drop would be a little bit more effective if you drop it across the upper chest rather than the middle of the chest. And trading left and right hands here in the middle of the ring. Eli Williamson, the newcomer, Richie Acevedo follows up a right hand with a boot. He's backing the man in. He's going to shoot him off again. And a big left-handed clothesline. A lot of fans may not know, years ago, Richie Acevedo, the Cuban assassin, suffered a very serious muscle tear in his upper right arm. He delivers most of his clotheslines with his left arm because of this. Side headlock into a headlock takeover. Very much going back to the amateur wrestling experience that Richie Acevedo has. Williamson attempting to pull the hair, work his way out. Referee Mike Mahan all over it, putting the count on him. And he's wrenching back on that head of Richie Acevedo. Mike Mahan, a referee, right there into the match, checking out what's happening here. And a side headlock, he forces the man's shoulder down. The referee making the 1 count. Williamson lifts that shoulder off the mat. He can't get lax in a position like that. A veteran with the experience of Richie Acevedo, the Cuban assassin, will take advantage of any small mistake. Big shoulder tackle coming off the ropes with the momentum and puts Williamson down in the center of the ring. Williamson appears to be stunned. Acevedo right back on him. And a big Bill takes him over again, right on the small of the back, upper back, driving the air out of the lungs. And Williamson in the corner, he's bagging off. He doesn't want any more. Wait a minute, just a ploy, just a ploy. A right boot to the midsection. A couple of big meaty right hands to the back of the neck and the upper shoulder area. Driving that knee now into the corner. Esposito shot into the opposite corner and comes out. Backdrop. I won't say it's a high backdrop. It looked like Williamson may have been going for something else there and changed his mind at the last moment due to the momentum that the Cuban had coming out of the corner. He backs his man in, shoots him off again, went for a backdrop again, and Acevedo with two successive boots to the midsection and a big DDT, a move I use with great effect throughout my career. This should be it, and that's it. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Your winner, Richie Acevedo, the Cuban assassin. We'll be right back, folks. Television champion Billy Litt, this week here on television, taking on the veteran tag team wrestler extraordinaire Johnny Blast. Folks, the belt will be on the line in the first 10 minutes of the match.
Johnny.
As always, the television title is defended every time the champion goes in the ring. That belt is on the line. And here we're going to see the level of fan support that Billy Litt enjoys in this promotion. And the fans here in Hinton, West Virginia, going crazy in support of their television champion. Referee Patrick Nicholas showing the belt is on the line. And we're about to get started here, ladies and gentlemen. The crowd already fired up. Billy Litt fired up as always. Litt, full of energy, full of vinegar, full of fire. Folks, I have been joined here at my broadcast location by one TR superstar.
Joe Brody, have you ever seen anybody else come out here looking like you and I?
You know what?
How about it?
I have to say, TR, I have to absolutely say that we do know both the fashion ins and outs as well as the wrestling ins and outs. But I have to tip my fedora to you because you outshine me in that area.
Nobody else in the NWA Mountain States got even a clue. Look here, Billy Litt. He's going to come in here all jacked up on Red Bull and Java House pooped up coffee with this crow paint on. Joe Brody, that's not what a champion is. Two things Billy Litt's got standing between him and me. That's fresh air and common sense. And brother, he's all out of common sense.
Okay, I'm not going to argue that point there with you, TR. Now we've got a match happening in the ring right now. Tag team specialist Johnny Blast taking it to one Billy Litt, the television champion in this match. Now, I know Johnny Blast has been around a long, long time. I've known him for about 12 or 13 years. I think you've known him a little bit longer than that. I mentioned last week here on television that he has held numerous and multiple tag team championship belts with numerous partners over the years. Spider Crowley, the Midnight Mauler, Juan Diablo Jr. Those three that I know of for sure.
I've been in the ring with Johnny Blast on his side and across the ring from him. Johnny Blast's a heck of a competitor. The word quit's not in him.
You know, a match like this with a 10-minute time limit actually plays into the hands of a man like Blast who's used to the shorter matches. He's trained for tag team matches where he doesn't have to spend as much time in the ring. And this could be a very severe challenge for the NWA Mountain State television champion Billy Litt.
Well, Billy Litt's not had to wrestle anybody of any championship.
Oh, he just snapped a man's neck back over that rope and Litt down and in a hurting position. I don't mean to interrupt you, but the fans at home saw that, and I felt it was necessary to comment on it. Please continue.
Billy Litt's not been in the ring with anybody the caliber of TR Superstar. Look, Joe, I've been denied. They've turned their back on me. That's why I said earlier, I'm not going to be held responsible for anything that happens to anybody in the United States any longer.
Well, now, TR, I'll tell you, oh my God, did you see that? He He just took Billy Litt's head right off his shoulders.
And like I said, that's going to leave a mark.
I'm not sure if that's that makeup in his face or if his lips are turning blue after that shot.
Probably he's turned his eyeballs inside out.
And Blast going after the athletic tape. He's going to choke the man.
That's a veteran move, Joe Brody.
Absolutely.
Use what you got.
I have explained to the fans numerous times in preceding weeks that you have to the count of 4 to break whatever illegal maneuver the referee catches you in before you're in danger of disqualification. And it is incumbent on every professional to take advantage of that 4 count.
You've got to the count of 5. Johnny Blast knows better than anybody in the business how to squeeze that 5 count out.
Big vertical souffle, as Gordon Soley used to say. Right in the center of the ring, Johnny Blast covers Billy Litt, and referee Patrick Nicholas signaling only a 2 count.
Not
only
care
a 2
who
count.
you are, how long you've been in the business, how good a shape you're in. A suplex like that, those kidneys are going to be feeling that all
there
week
is no
long.
doubt whatsoever. And Blast taking Litt out here on the floor outside the ring. He's added another dimension to his attack here. Now, I question this. I do question this, TR. In order to win this title, he's got to have the man in the ring. He is in danger of getting counted out or even possibly disqualified, depending on the mood that our referee, NWA sanctioned referee Patrick Nicholas, is in here this week.
There's no such thing as a 3 count outside the squared circle. I've never won a title outside here, and I don't think we're going to start anytime, especially here in NWA Mountain State.
Big, meaty right hand right between the eyes has Litt staggered and on his bicycle backpedaling. Blast throws him back in the ring. He's going to take a walk around himself. I don't know what he's possibly doing here, what he might be looking for.
Just like we were talking about, Joe, you got to be inside the ring to win it.
That's it.
Hey, Red Bull boy. Hey, Red Bull boy. See this? There's 2 things keeping that from around my waist. Fresh air and common sense. And brother, you're all out of common sense. You've not been in a ring with anybody the caliber of TR Superstar. Let me tell you what's going to happen when you go outside, when you go to a restaurant, when you go to the bathroom, when you go to bed. You're going to feel somebody breathing across the back of your neck, brother. You're not the hunter anymore. You're the hunted. And guess who the hunter is? The next NWA Mountain State TV champion. TR Superstar, the heartbreaker, the money maker, the name on the marquee. That's me, TR Superstar. You keep that in mind, boy.
Hey, you forgot one thing. Let me hear you!
Okay, folks, serious confrontation there between one TR Superstar. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here on NWA Mountain State Wrestling. We've got the Night Prowler #1 against one Damon Rite, who is right now firing up this crowd in Hinton, West Virginia. The Night Prowler has a weight, a strength, and an experience advantage over Damon Rite. And I would be very surprised if he doesn't have, well, several other advantages. Collar and elbow lock up here. And a side headlock by the Night Prowler. And Damon Rite's going to push him in. Let's see what he can do. He's going to get the man off. Big shoulder tackle in the center of the ring. Drop down hip toss. Night Prowler telling him he's in the ropes. Get the man back. Get the man back. Referee Mike Mahan in. Telling Damon Rite he's got to give him a chance when he's in the ropes. Night Prowler complaining that he's had his tights pulled. That leather belt that he's wearing could make it very easy to pull on it, to gain an advantage in the match. We've got a collar and elbow lockup. Neither man attired in traditional wrestling attire. The Night Prowler wearing the military tight fatigue pants and military tight boots. And Damon Rite wearing God only knows what. Collar and elbow lock up again. Night Prowler using his size to back the man into the corner. Big right hand, and he throws a punch, and it's blocked, and Damon Rite, multiple right hands. And a big back elbow coming out of the corner. Damon Rite has the Night Prowler down and on a defensive. He's wondering what happened. What happened? How did his advantage evaporate that way? Night Prowler back in before the 10 count, administered by referee Mike Mahan. Looks like they're going to go in here another collar and elbow lockup. This time this Night Prowler pushes his opponent back in the corner, rakes the eyes, taking that cheap shot for the advantage. If he has a hope of winning this match, he's got to stay on him. He's got to stay on him. Big, big right hand. Referee Mike Mahan admonishing him and telling him, that's illegal. You have to open that hand up. He shoots right into the corner, follows it in with a big clothesline. He drove the force of his body in on that impact, as well as the clothesline, the whiplash action on the neck and the head. Now standing on the throat and the upper chest region of Damon Rite. Night Prowler scoops, slams Rite down. And a very arrogant cover. I don't think even Rite at this point was going to go down to that. Rite firing back, right hands. And Night Prowler again rakes the eyes. He's going to shoot the man off the opposite corner. And a big clothesline, driving clothesline. Followed through with that impact and took the man right down. Went with him as well. And now a blatant choke. Referee. That was a little quick count there. The referee may be getting tired of some of these illegal tactics. Again, a quick count on the choke. Referee Mike Mahan tired of the illegal tactics of one Night Prowler, number one. Surfboard maneuver, we've seen it several times over the last few weeks. He's got the point of the knee in between the shoulder blades. He's pulling back on both arms and puts pressure on the spine. It puts pressure on the elbow joints, the shoulders. Eventually, the fingers and the hands go numb from the lack of blood. But he let him out of it. Now that I don't understand. You let him out of it, he's going to go for some more high impact offense. And a side slam. Side slam. Arrogant cover. Gets only a 2. And now he's going to fire some right hands in. Referee stern warnings here at this point. And whoa, wait a minute. Double leg takedown. And then a double leg drop, stretching out the hamstrings on the Night Prowler. Picks the man right up, didn't even try to cover him. Back elbow. Now see, there's a veteran move, that Night Prowler. He got off his back, he rolled over on his stomach, he got up. He cannot be pinned if he's not in a pinning position. Hip toss coming off by Damon Rite. Again, not going for the cover. This makes no sense to me, folks, after the beating and the shellacking he's taken. He should have went right for that cover. That's a very much a rookie mistake. And right over the head of referee Mike Mahan. And a leg drop. Referee's going to tell him, keep your hands off me. Do not involve me in this match. I am here to count the pinfall and to keep the rules. And a right hand shot. Right hand shot by the Night Prowler. And that's it. That's it. There's your winner. The 3 count. Referee Mike Mahan counts the Night Prowler down. Folks, we've got Dwayne Tenney out here on TV. He's trying to get him. He's talking to referee Mike Mahan. He says he used something. Says he had something on him. Mahan's searching. He's searching the night Prowler. Maybe this is something he should have done before the match. But there it is. There it is. And he reverses the decision. Ladies and gentlemen, the decision has been reversed. The Night Prowler on the losing end of this match via the Team Madrid. But right here at my broadcast location with me right now, I have one, Richie Acevedo, the Cuban assassin. Welcome, welcome, Richie.
Thank you, JD. It's a pleasure to be out here. Once again, we're on good circumstances other than facing each other in the ring. But right now, I have special interest in this matchup between Buddy Love. As everyone will remember, 2 months ago, I suffered a near career injury. Yeah, get him, Gene, get him. Near career-ending injury with my left knee, which is still kind of under doctor advisement this time. But right now, I want to check this big goofball out.
Well, I did witness that injury, and I did interview one Buddy Love the following week here for television about that incident. And at that point, he said that he didn't intend to do it, but he didn't really care that he had done it.
Yes, I know. He's a young, bright kind of wrestler trying to make his way into business. I understand that because I've been in the same circumstances. The difference between Buddy Love and myself is I have respect for all my opponents, regardless whether they love me or hate me. I always have respect and admiration, such as Jim Madrid in the ring, a legend that I'm familiar with, you're familiar with, and of course my legendary father's familiar with.
Oh, there's no doubt about that, and all of our fans here in southern West Virginia would definitely be familiar with Gypsy Joe, Gene Madrid, and your father.
Got a collarbone top right here between the legend and Buddy Love.
And the size and strength advantage obvious here, but the advantage and experience, definitely anybody that Gene Madrid steps into the ring with, he's going to have the experience advantage on. I think that'll play out, it'll tell later in the match. Buddy Love's relative inexperience when compared to a veteran like Gypsy Joe, Gene Madrid, it will come out at some point. No matter what situation that he finds himself in, Joe has seen it and been there before.
Well, we've just seen an illegal eye poke from the legend into Buddy Love. Of course, the official should be right on. Of course, now he's getting to him now. But, turnabout's fair play in this situation.
I did neglect to mention that our official for this matchup, one Pee Wee Harris, head referee here at NWA, Mountain State Wrestling. All of our officials sanctioned by the National Wrestling Alliance.
The major league of professional wrestling, the NWA, always been.
It is the oldest governing body of professional wrestling in North America.
As you can see, a big stomp there by the legend onto Buddy Love's left hand there. I love it. I love seeing this legend in the ring because you can't take him for granted. He may be small in stature, but the man is a dangerous individual.
Oh, he has the heart of a lion and the head of a block of concrete. You cannot hit this man punching him in the head. I've said it here on television week after week after week. With that headbutt, it just can't be done. A wrestler needs to pick out a body part on Gypsy Joe, Gene Madrid, and try that route to victory, because if you go to fisticuffs with this man, he will take you down every single time.
It looks like Buddy Love for the oldest trick in the book. The legend is a master at his game here. Now he's got the left arm here. And you're absolutely right, that headbutt's devastating. I've been on the end of that effect of that headbutt. As a matter of fact, I've seen Gene headbutt a wall, and the wall cried and asked for help.
Oh, I don't doubt that. I do not doubt that at all. Now, we went from a top wrist lock. Buddy Love powered his way out of that, trying to make his way back to a vertical base. And he's going to throw a big, meaty right hand onto Gypsy Joe, Gene Madrid. Gene in the corner, and another big, meaty right hand from Buddy Love. I really don't think this is the way to go, Cuban.
No, it's not the way to go. Of course, Buddy Love does have the size advantage, but the experience is still on Gene Madrid's side.
And there it was. He knew what was coming. He got out of the way. And a right hand to the midsection, and another uppercut right under the chin. He's going to pay the price right there.
Comes those vicious chops. I felt those a dozen of times from the legend himself.
He is paying the price, one Buddy Love. And there's that headbutt. There it is.
There it is. There goes the tooth.
Midsection.
Well, actually, it's not his tooth, but he definitely coughed something up out of his throat. That should be disqualification right there. I don't know if Pee Wee's glasses is working here, but if he didn't see it, I guess he can't call it. Jimmy Madrid showing the experience. Of course, he's a brawler. You have to brawl for a guy the size of Buddy Love. I can understand that.
Well, there's no doubt about that. A big, meaty right hand again. And Buddy Love there with a bear hug. That's it. That's been his finisher. He may have found the key to victory here. That's been his finisher.
I've never seen Jimmy never give up in a match. I don't think he'll give up here. This man's got too much pride, too much heart. He will not give up this. This is, of course, Pee Wee now getting ready to check the arm. Well, Pee Wee's calling the match.
He's calling it.
What's he doing here?
I don't know. I don't know what happened. He did
What's
not.
going on here? You know what?
Buddy Love not releasing the bear hug.
You know what? I'm sick of this.
Folks, Richie Acevedo, the Cuban assassin, going to the ring. And there's Buddy Love on his bicycle, and he's out. He's out of town, Charlie Brown. Richie Acevedo had enough. Buddy Love injured the man, put him out for several weeks. And Richie Acevedo said he's not afraid of him. Come on, it'll be a different story this time around. Fans, great NWA Mountain State Wrestling action is coming to your town. We're going to be on Saturday, October 25th in Mount Hope, West Virginia, and Saturday, November 8th, right back in Hinton, West Virginia for a big card. Let's bring in our new NWA Mountain State Tag Team Champions, the Bunkhouse Boys.
Let me tell you what, the 25th at Mount Hope, come on out, watch the Bunkhouse Boys do what only they can do. Tell them what's going to happen November the 8th.
Brother, on the 8th, we return right there to Hinton, West Virginia, the town we love to come to. We got all the great fans coming to Hinton, West Virginia. We're going to lay it down and be proud because we're the new NWA Mountain State Tag Team Champions, and we're going to put the titles on the line, and we're going to show you why we are proud to be your NWA Mountain State Tag Team Champions.
Hey fans, you heard it right there from the champs. Also, on both those locations, let's bring in NWA Mountain State Television Champion, Billy Litt.
Oh yeah, Brody, what's happening? You know what's up whenever we're coming to the town. You know what? This right here says that I'm the television champion, I'm the Appalachian distraction, and coming to that town is the sweetest satisfaction. Be there, believe lit or not.
Hey fans, Billy Litt, that's a great costume idea for all of you for Halloween. Let's bring in Damon Rite.
Mount Hope, 25th, Hinton, November 8th. Damon Wright's going to be there one more again in the place he loves to be, Hinton and Mount Hope. So you guys be there.
Fans, you've heard it. Our stars are going to be there. NWA Mountain State Wrestling is going to be there. You be there. Okay, fans, welcome back to our big tag team matchup here this week on NWA Mountain State Wrestling. We have our champions, the Bunkhouse Boys, Big Willie and Bandit, taking on Scotty Rocker and the Spoiler. And winning fans and influencing people as always, the Spoiler. I have the utmost amount of respect for the two men that were just announced. The Bunkhouse Boys, Big Willie and Bandit, they plowed through the competition in the tournament. They won the tag team titles, and they have defended them successfully since. This is going to be quite a test of their ability and their skill and their determination here on television this week. Scotty Rocker and the Spoiler pose and present a challenge to these two that they may not have seen before. The combination of treachery, the combination of ability and experience. I just don't know how cohesive a unit the Spoiler and Scotty Rocker will be. I do not know, I'm not aware if these men have ever wrestled together before. And collar and elbow lock up the Spoiler, pushing Bandit back in the corner, and a clean break out of the Spoiler. Just a little unsuspecting there. I wouldn't have thought that. And another collar and elbow lock up. Looks like, yes, Bandit turns the tables, takes the Spoiler back into the corner. Let's see if we get a, hey, wait a minute. There it was, a little love tap, a little slap into the corner on the break. And fans may be not aware of the history of the Bunkhouse Boys. They are not above bending or breaking a rule themselves. Absolutely not. And collar and elbow locked up here. And Bandit takes the arm, works the left arm, going to crank it over. One more time. Got the arm finger. Over goes the spoiler to take the pressure off of that shoulder. Leg drop on that arm by the Bandit. He rolls that arm up into a sort of a modified version of a short arm scissor. Doesn't have it locked in. I don't know how effective, but that will be at that point. And again, there, working his way up to the left and makes a tag into his larger partner, Big Willie Blackheart. Bandit holding the man's arm up, making him vulnerable, and a kick to the ribs with the flat of the boot, which is legal by Big Willie. And left arm draped over the rope, cranking it up, putting the pressure on. These guys, like I said, they're not above bending or breaking a rule. But I tell you, Scotty Rocker and the Spoiler, two veterans of the Ring Wars, years and years, they're not afraid to either. And they know all it takes is a victory in this non-title television matchup to put them in that #1 contender seat and make them be able to demand title shots, multiple title shots against the champions if they hold a non-title victory over them here on television. Scotty Rocker tags in, seeing his first action in the ring in this matchup here this week. Big right hand to the shoulder of Big Willie, cranks it right over into a side headlock. Let's see, Big Willie turns it into a top wrist lock, fighting for control, fighting for strength here. Scotty Rocker may be overmatched in power, which is an unusual situation for him. Normally here in NWA Mountain State, he's one of the larger, more powerful individuals that we do have on the roster. In the ring, collar and elbow lock up after the breakup, side headlock again. And Willie going to shoot him off. He comes back off. And there it was. He tried the shoulder tackle, and Willie's not going anywhere. Big Willie telling him, try it again, big boy, try it again. And there, hey, Rocker down, went down. He had the momentum on his side and still went down. And here it comes, here it comes. Hey, look at there. Diving shoulder tackle. Big Willie just moved out of the way. Let Scotty Rocker eat some canvas there. Tags in his partner to Bandit. Big shot to the short ribs. Right hand from Sammy. And a side headlock applied. Scotty Rocker thinking of the situation over, trying to say, what am I going to do? What am I going to do here? And tries to pull the hair. The Bandit backs him into the ropes, shoots him off. Let's see, he's got the momentum. A big shoulder tackle from the Bandit puts Scotty Rocker down in the center of the ring. Bandit picks him right back up and right back to that side headlock. Hey, this is wrestling, folks. That's what I love. Rocker bounces him in, and a shot. Rocker shot Bandit off, and a shot from behind in that corner from the Spoiler, and then followed up by Rocker on the inside, and Bandit at a serious disadvantage. Big Willie in to try to save his partner, distracted. Referee Patrick Nicholas and two veterans like Scotty Rocker and Spoiler taking full advantage of that. A low blow in the corner from Scotty Rocker. False tag, in comes the Spoiler. Willie looking pretty bad at this point. I don't know how much gas he's got left in the tank. And a big meat hook tight of a clothesline caught him right under the chin, snapped his head back and brought him down. Spoiler saying, that was three. Referee Patrick Nicholas signaling only a two count. Spoiler going right after the man with a choke. This is a situation, folks, that the Bunkhouse boys don't often find themselves in. Is down on the mat at a disadvantage. The suplex master of the team, Big Willie, and the power anchor of his team. They rarely find themselves in a disadvantage in a match. I have not been witness at any point them being in a match of this caliber and being dominated, really, at this point this way. And there's Scotty Rocker talking Big Willie back in the ring. Going to take advantage of it. Choke. He's applying the choke in the center of the ring. Big Willie needs to get out. He needs to get out of the ring. Let the referee do his job. He's doing his partner more harm than good here at this point. Scotty Rocker comes off the ropes. Ahead of steam, a little bit of momentum. Tried a leg drop. Bandit moved out of the way. Nothing there but spine meeting canvas. Double axe handle right between the eyes. Stopped any sort of a comeback. And there it is, the hallmark of a great tag team. Just like the Anderson brothers. He grabbed it, let the spoiler take advantage with a headbutt right on the lower back and kidney area. There's 2, there's 3 to the kidney area. Spoiler definitely has a hard head. A lot of fans, a lot of people in the back have questioned the headbutt of the spoiler. Does he have something in that mask that gives it just a little bit more impetus? And a spread eagled elbow drop to the lower midsection applied by the spoiler on the Bandit. And there it is, keeping him separated from his opponent. A great tag team, ladies and gentlemen. They'll draw that diagonal line from corner to corner. They'll isolate one opponent that they think that they can take advantage of. Once they isolate him, keep him away from his partner, and they're going to double team, they're going to tag in and out and keep the fresh man on him as much as they can. And that is exactly the pattern that Scotty Rocker and the spoiler are following right now at this point. Bandit looking very, very worn at this point. He's down, not a lot of movement. I'm not really sure. I haven't gotten a look in his eyes yet. I do not know. Hey, and there's a shot to Big Willie by the spoiler and brings him in, and the referee having a hard time gaining control. Double team in the corner, the spoiler firing shots into the midsection. Scotty Rocker holds the Bandit in the corner. Big Willie, you got to get out of there, buddy. That referee's not going to tolerate another false tag. Scotty Rocker back in the ring with Bandit, and there goes the scoop. Body slam in the center of the ring. They're keeping the man isolated. They're keeping him in their corner. That's the hallmark of a great team. I have never seen the Bunkhouse boys at this sort of a disadvantage at any point. 2 count, 2 count. Referee Patrick Nicholas calling it, saying it was only a 2. It was only a 2. Several of the fans here thought it was a 3 count. Scotty Rocker picks his man back up, shoots him off, and a big right hand. Bandit ducks it. Big right hand. Followed up by another big right hand. Can he maintain the momentum? He needs the tag. He needs the tag, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to shoot Scotty Rocker off. Scotty Rocker reverses it. And another right hand, he ducks. And the back elbow catches it. Mistake. Ladies and gentlemen, a mistake. Right there, Bandit would have been much better served to make the tag to his fresher, larger opponent rather than try to bring in the win and bring it home himself. Scotty Rocker driving the man back against the corner, in their corner, isolating the man again. Look here, we've got a hammer lock and a front face lock turned into a DDT. The spoiler just dropped Bandit down with that DDT, and he's going to cover it, and a 2 count. Patrick Nicholas calling, once again, a 2 count. Bandit will not give it up. He will not give it up, ladies and gentlemen. He has taken a tremendous pounding in this matchup. Looks like a vertical suplex. Looks like a vertical snap suplex. Snap suplex applied by the spoiler on Bandit. And it looks like he's going to go to that diving headbutt off of the middle rope. He's up there. Let's see. Allah, one Harley Race, former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. No, he missed. He missed it, ladies and gentlemen. He missed it. His head made contact with nothing but the canvas. And Bandit makes the tag. In comes Big Willie. Here it is. And takes a shot at Scotty Rocker that brings him into the action. And Big Willie working the spoiler over the corner. Scotty Rocker all over him. Bandit down. Here comes the spoiler. Willie and Scotty Rocker in the corner. He's going to shoot him in. And a reversal. Scotty Rocker into the ropes and out.
10 minutes out of life to the match. 10 minutes.
And a headbutt. The spoiler just applied his headbutt to Bandit in the center of the ring. Rocker and Big Willie fighting on the outside, on the opposite side of the ring. And the spoiler going up top. Wait a minute. Willie up. Shot to the midsection. Spoiler crossed himself on the top turnbuckle. Big left hands out of Bandit. It looks like he's going to go up for a superplex. A superplex off the top rope. Bandit superplexing. Oh my God, the impact. That's got to be it. Big Willie with a chair. Scotty Rocker. Bandit with the win. Bandit with the win. Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, the NWA Mountain State Tag Team Champions, overcame some stiff odds and some great competition here this week on television. We will be right back. We'll be right back. Fans, NWA Mountain State action coming to your hometown. We'll be in Mount Hope, West Virginia for Screamfest on October 25th with all the great stars of NWA Mountain State Wrestling, and also Saturday, November 8th in Hinton, West Virginia for a big card of NWA Mountain State action. Let's bring in TR Superstar.
Joe Brody, the 25th, Screamfest. That's where all the little kiddies and all the little hootenannies come around and they get dressed up and they look mean and they look ugly. What kind of costume is there to make a face like this and a face like this be something to scream about? Well, the only kind of screaming I'm talking about ain't got nothing to do with no mask. You understand what I'm saying? The 25th! Somebody's going to get busted up. There's going to be blood. It's going to be guts. It's going to be busted bones. It's going to be busted heads. Then, on the 8th of November, one of the greatest days in the history of the world. You know why? That's TR's birthday. Because you know what's going to happen when we get done with that? I can't even talk about it because this has got to be PG or G rated, right? We ain't going to talk about that. Right. But remember, after the show, it's going to be all over. All over but you shouting. Come out and see us.
Fans, you come out and tell TR Superstar what you think of him on his birthday. Let's bring in Scotty Rocker. He's going to be there as well.
Mount Hope on the 25th. It's called Mount Hope because all the ladies sit up on the mountain and they hope that Scotty Rocker makes an appearance. Baby, let me tell you about November 8th. Well, I just might be there too. And I'm coming for the title, and I'm coming for anybody who stands in my way. Be there!
Hey, don't want to argue with a man like that. Let's bring in Bruiser Graham.
Well, let me tell you something, Mr. Microphone. You got Mount Hope on October the 25th, November the 8th. You're back in Hinton, West Virginia. You know how I can tell those two towns apart?
I have no idea.
Well, you see, the difference is Mount Hope smells like a sewer and Hinton smells like a septic tank. That's how you tell them apart. So if anybody wants to come and see Bruiser Graham, which I'm sure that's everybody in both of those stinking towns, they're going to be blessed with one of the greatest wrestling talents on the independent circuit. And remember, Mountain State Wrestling is where it's at. And I'm coming here and I'm going to climb that ladder. And any obstacle anybody puts in my way on the 25th in Mount Hope or November the 8th, I'm going to just knock it down.
Hey, folks, I don't know how he knew I was on that Ronco Mr. Microphone commercial, but let's get right back to the action. Let's bring in NWA Mountain State Champion, Jason Kincaid.
That's right, inbreds. Mount Hopeless, West Virginia. The most heart-stopping, jaw-dropping, eye-popping, high-flying, death-defying, awe-inspiring wrestler in the world today will be there on the 25th, right there at your community center. Hinton, November the 8th. I may or may not be there. Let's just say that I am, so people will come. Once again, it's the gift, baby, the gift.
Hey, folks, you heard it. The champ's going to be there. He said he's going to be there. Come on out and see great NWA Mountain State Wrestling action. Okay, we're right at it here, ladies and gentlemen. We are right after it. We've got our NWA Mountain State Heavyweight Champion, Jason Kincaid, going up against a real, true ring veteran, Bruiser Graham, trained by one Jimmy Boogie Woogie Man Valiant. And here at the broadcast location with me, Richie Acevedo, the Cuban assassin.
Once again, JD, it's always a pleasure to be alongside with you. You know, I've always had that most respect for you.
Thank you very much, and that feeling's mutual.
We got two great ring veterans here. We got one definitely good ring veteran in Crusher Bruiser Graham here.
Absolutely.
But we also got a great upcoming superstar. I've always predicted that Jason the Gift Kincaid was going to be a tremendous talent in this wrestling profession. And here he is, the Mountain State Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, a championship title that I might add I once held before.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You also, a former tag team partner of Jason Kincaid, probably trained together, traveled together. I would dare say there's not anybody in NWA Mountain State Wrestling that knows as much about Jason Kincaid as you do.
Yeah, it's just true. We were former Southern State Wrestling tag team champions together some odd years ago, but right now we got back hammerlock by Bruiser Graham here, showing his ring experience over Jason the Gift Kincaid. Don't want to take nothing away from Jason Kincaid because he can come from you from any direction. This kid is a marvel.
Oh, absolutely. He is a prodigy. There's no doubt, a wrestling prodigy. I have never seen anyone with his limited amount of experience attain the levels that he has attained.
In such a short period of time, that's true. Jason Kincaid is one of the naturals I've seen in my wrestling career, which goes along with the names such as Rene Dupree. being the youngest World Tag Team Champion in history still today, a person that I take full credit for training, but also along with the other greats such as Carlito and Primo, which I had the pleasure of being around when they were the training age too as well. So, but Jason Kincaid is definitely a marvel in my eyes, and I've always predicted he was going to go far.
Well, there's no doubt about it. He's facing stiff competition and a real test of his ability against a veteran like Bruiser Graham in this match. Whoa, wait a minute.
Insult to injury.
Hey, he just now told him what he thought of him right there. Yeah. And there's that arrogance, that natural arrogance. But you know what? All of the great ones have all had it.
That's true, including myself and yourself, truly. And I tell you, Bruiser Graham should be taken lightly. You and I both know Bruiser Graham ourselves. And as you can see, a vicious overhand chop there. Bruiser Graham is a tough individual. I can tell you that right now.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. He is capable of taking any title at any time that he's in the ring with the champion, because all it takes is one slip up against a veteran and you're a pinned man.
That's right.
Now, Greco-Roman knuckle lock test of strength here. Bruiser Graham, which is surprisingly has the advantage over Jason Kincaid. Wait a minute, Kincaid fighting his way back up. And hey, what an unorthodox, back into a top wrist lock. I've never seen that before.
That's a move typically done over in the Orient in Japan. Of course, Jason Kincaid's done his homework very well.
Now, I did mention last week during the matchup that Kincaid was in a tag match, that he is heavily influenced by the Japanese and Mexican styles.
Yes, he is. He's also influenced by such legendary greats as Apollo Argentina as well. As you know, he learned from the best. He watched all these footage. I was there. I was training when he did that. He's done his homework. But apparently he didn't pay attention to Bruiser Graham's skills for a cover. Only a count of two as Jason Kincaid just kicked out. Covered by
Bruiser Graham is not a man to be taken lightly, and he's proven it right now. To these fans watching at home, these fans here in Hinton tonight.
You mentioned Bruiser Graham was trained by one of the best, the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant.
A legend in the business, and I was so honored to share the broadcast position here on television with him just a few short weeks ago for the entire hour.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to be around Boogie. Always a pleasure.
That man's forgotten more about wrestling than what most people will ever know.
That's exactly right. Right now we got a reverse chin lock here by Bruiser Graham on Jason the Gift Kincaid, the heavyweight champion. Could be in a little peril here.
Now you'll notice with this rear chin lock, he's twisting the head, he's twisting the neck, he's putting pressure not only on the neck but on the jaw, and he's putting pressure on the shoulders, the muscles, even down into the chest and across the collarbone.
Of course, right now you see Jason Kincaid gave an elbow there, but it didn't go nowhere. Bruiser Graham showing that he can take some effects there, giving an elbow to the top forehead there. But that's absolutely right. You got a good analogy for that, good eye for it.
Thank you. And a snap over to champion down. Bruiser Graham comes off the ropes. Big fist drop. I love it. That's straight out of Memphis right there, Richie. Straight out of Memphis.
That's classic textbook wrestling. It's like you said, that's what professional wrestling is supposed to be about. And Bruiser Graham is a true testament of that right now. Looks like Jason the Gift Kincaid has a little bit of bleeding there in the mouth from that punch from Bruiser Graham.
Well, I'll tell you something, Richie. I mentioned it here on television last week. I mentioned it again this week, that the name on the marquee says wrestling. These guys, we saw it earlier. You get in there and you pick out a body part, you wear it out, you focus on it, you isolate it, and you try to get the man to submit, or you try to get him in a pinning predicament.
That's right. Now we're getting the fisticuffs here. Some forearms by Jason the Gift Kincaid and Bruiser Graham.
Big European uppercut. That was a move that was used to great effect by my former tag team partner and brother, Mark Brody, throughout his career.
Got some vicious kicks here coming from Jason the Gift Kincaid. Now doing the legal choke, standing choke right here.
Richie, that European uppercut was also used by former NWA World Heavyweight Champion Dory Funk Jr. and one NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion Les Thornton. Both men used it to great effect. And a springboard dropkick on Bruiser Graham. Referee Mike Mahan signaling only a two count.
Right now we got a reverse chin lock here from Jason the Gift Kincaid up on Bruiser Graham here.
Now with this reverse chin lock, if he can move his own weight forward, and drive Bruiser Graham's chin down into his chest, he can further restrict his breathing.
Look at this move right here.
This is a cravat.
That's right. It's exactly right. You see, a lot of professionals wouldn't know that. A lot of fans wouldn't know that watching TV today, but that's exactly what it is.
This move has been used throughout the years, especially in the early part of the 20th century, was a finishing move for a lot of wrestlers. Once properly applied, it said it cannot be escaped.
Oh, I know how that feels. Trust me. I definitely know how that feels. Bruiser Graham getting back on Jason the Gift Kincaid here, getting his spinning toe hold.
Speaking of the Funks, here it is. The spinning toe hold that brought both the Funk Brothers world titles. Gene Kiniski, 1969 in Tampa, Florida. And Dory Funk Jr. defeated him. Terry Funk defeated Jack Briscoe, 1975. Both with the spinning toe hold that was invented and taught to them by their father, Dory Funk Sr.
That's right. It's exactly where it originated from. A lot of people don't really know that. Of course, only true professionals know the history of professional wrestling.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you very much.
Well, you are a true professional. Yeah, I never took that away from nobody such as yourself. Right now we got Irish whip to the corner. He moves out of the way, hits that injured knee to the corner. Oh, that's hurting me right now.
That is not a good position to be in. No. With you know that Bruiser Graham has that spinning toe hold in his arsenal, and that kick just turned him a complete 360 in the air there along the ring ropes. Bruiser Graham signaling. Here it is, right back, straight out of Memphis with the left.
That's
He's going to follow it up with a big right here.
Classic Jerry Lawler here. Oh, he ducked under.
There it is. That's it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
There we go.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, referee Mike Mahan signals. All it took was one mistake, one simple mistake. Bruiser Graham had that match, Richie. He had it under control. All it took was one small mistake for our champion, Jason the Gift Kincaid, to take advantage. And
that's the reason why he is the heavyweight champion.
Thank you, Richie, for joining me out here at the broadcast location for this matchup. It's a pleasure. I look forward to seeing you next week.